Big up everybody who check in. Remember for like, share, comment, and subscribe. Now the people in my cuss. I said the government I use government programs to trick the people. You have programs put in place by the government to help out people on the Jamaican island. Programs put in place by the government, whichever party in place, these programs are already in place. But people have said the government use it to make it seem as if they are the better party to try to trick the people. If you agree, talk to me in the comment section. Make on your walk one and they will continue reasoning. Look and listen.
8 months, a house can be finished, ready, completed, and the beneficiary is unable to occupy same because there hasn't been a date has not been found convenient for the Prime Minister to come and do the ribbon cutting and the house opening.
So
right? That for me is counterproductive. And it is counterproductive, and I tell you one case in point.
Mm-hmm.
There's a young lady who got a house and was given the key. The key was left with her by the contractor. It was finished and they were waiting for the Prime Minister to come and to open the house. And for months she was waiting. Burial caught her. And you know, these people who get these homes, oftentimes it is because of the condition of where they were before.
Absolute.
With their children. And she called and she said, MP, can I go in the house because the storm coming and everybody says a category 4 and with me and the children, then this a little place I can't even take one good breeze blow.
Oh my God.
And I said to her, I am going to take the responsibility and I am telling you to go into the house, shelter you and your children. And if anybody asks you, tell them that the MP told you to go into the house.
Yes.
Because at that point, I was more concerned about their safety than I was about any repercussions that might have come from her entering the house before the Prime Minister came and do the official opening ceremony. Right? He went into the house and then had to come back out of the house after the storm passed to still wait.
So the Prime Minister could get his moment of ribbon cutting.
So that ribbon cutting could take place.
No,
I'm
man.
just saying that is the only difficulty, and it has happened at several locations.
Natalie,
where you have to wait, and that for me is concerning because first and foremost, honestly, somebody gets an indigent house. I don't necessarily believe it should be a national broadcast or a PR moment because it is not something that for me you want to leave people with their dignity. Everybody don't have to know that you get to government. Everybody in the community already knows, but you're gonna be on national television and people running advertisements with you getting this special, which is paid for by taxpayers' money.
Absolutely,
and taxpayer money. And there's a thing out there where Prime Minister give them the house. So the Prime Minister is now in charge of a program and has oversight of a program
that is financed by the taxpayers of Jamaica.
That is financed by the taxpayers of Jamaica. So the real thank you goes to the taxpayers of Jamaica. And any government in power would have to be doing a similar thing, but you don't have to be loading up the people them.
I couldn't agree with you more, Natalie, and that is why so many people still have this high regard for former PM Portia Simpson Miller, because she actually stayed away from some of these things, whether it is housing or other things. I'm not saying that she had never gone out there to deliver, but I'm saying that as much as possible, she always tried to protect the dignity of those who are most vulnerable, and you know, I think it's a noble thing. I know that Jamaica House and operatives of the Jamaica Labour Party listen to this program almost word for word. You have just said it, Natalie, and I'm hoping that the Prime Minister would take heed from what you just said and recalibrate the way that he goes about these things, because it can't be that a house is completed 8 months, even to a year, before it's hand over to the beneficiary. As if you ask me, persons who actually get the house could die without not living in there, because a lot of time maybe
And
people are even ill.
And that has happened as well.
There you go.
Right? So I'm just simply saying it's a good program. And we need to continue to ensure that there's shelter for those who are not able to afford to purchase homes. We must continue the program. And I had expressed to the government that I'm happy to see that we have moved away from the board houses.
And we all commend that.
Yes, and it is commendable. However, we must now get to a place of, okay, he goes to one or two of them and gets a photo op. Get that this doesn't have to be the rule for everyone, because it is.
Some people are saying when participants are recipients of benefits from these programs receive it, it's publicized, televised, almost as if it's a commercial for the party in power. No, do both governments do this? It's up for the people to decide. But when you see it, and you see it televised and publicized, yeah, you do get the feeling as if it is saying that this particular party or government has done this, whatever good it is. And some people might interpret that as the party I do this. And some people are say the government hopes that to make people want to vote for them again. Tell me if you believe that it will work. Or see is that you have more people, despite the polls I say no matter what the government do, them can't win again. It's surprising, because earlier on, or in the previous year, some people that say the government just needs to do what is right, and maybe they will vote for them again. No, some people are saying they must trust the government. Them feel like their position will be better. To be fair though, you have some other people still say them not trust their position. They must have a years now, they not trust their position. And them still believe say while the government needs to do better, them still believe say the opposition would not be the better party. Ultimately the voters are going to decide that. But what the opposition are pointing out right so I definitely something where when you see it and say truth be told, that some most people are going to interpret it. And the opposition is aware of that. They've noticed. Because even when, let's say something like a road, taxpayer money pay for them thing. The people supposed to get them road. You're supposed to have good roads on the Jamaican island. But when road fix and road works deal with, it's almost like whichever party in power make it look like, look what we are do. We are give you a road. And the government job that to give the people them road. What do you mean? One of the new innovative ideas to make better standard of living for the people them. But road, that is something you're supposed to do. What do you mean? It come like you have law enforcement there. I say, look, law enforcement. What do you mean? In a civilized society, you're supposed to have law enforcement. Why only not pay law enforcement the money where them ask for? Or even something close to it. Why we never hear how much parliamentarians ask or waste and get almost 300% increase? How that? How that happen? Who lobby feed? Who shouldn't represent parliamentarians? How it go? How the meeting up go? Was it a long process? How them decides that the amount of them are going to give? We don't know nothing about that. But the people must say, whenever these programs are put in place, implemented, people, recipients receive things, you know, they might misinterpret it, not realizing say a taxpayer dollars are spent. And this is something the government is supposed to do. But of course, tell me you think, if you're new to the chance to pass through, click the subscribe icon, then the bell icon, and of course put it on all. Now until the reason again, of course, my sentiments for you and yours that for live, love and prosper, and also for stay tuned.